6 teenagers, by the way, on show at one point for Liverpool today. This was such a weird game because Everton came out and you felt that they thought, right, here's our chance. Silence the Liverpool fans and hopefully, you know, we can put this to bed, get through to the next round. Early on, it looked like they were going to do that. Adrian pulls off a couple of saves. Second half, for a team that was so experienced, they just didn't turn out, and Liverpool were the better team.
Listen, if you're in that Everton dressing room, you know exactly how good Liverpool have been. You know the promise of this season. You know how much it means to your fans. And then you see that team sheet, not you thinking you've got to win here. We have got to allow our fans to come into Anfield and celebrate. And that's how it looked for 45 minutes. And maybe you come off the pitch at half-time thinking, well, as good as we've been, we still haven't scored. Given the teenagers on show, you think you just go on and overpower them in the second half. But whatever happened in either of those two dressing rooms at half-time told a totally different story. Liverpool was simply fantastic. Everton desperately flat, and as good a goal as it was from Curtis Jones, it was the win was deserved.
How do you explain that in the second half? A team so full of experience being outplayed by a bunch of kids.
You really can't, and I think that was the difficulty. I think Ancelotti was talking about before the match that when he saw that team sheet out, understanding that if it fell flat for his side, just how demoralizing it can be when you're losing to half of the U19s. And so that first half, I'm sure he came in the locker room and said, guys, you've been brilliant. You've dominated the game. You've had 2 or 3 excellent opportunities that just happened to find its way to Adrian, who came up with the saves when he needed to. But then, I don't know if it was overconfidence, if it was just then maybe a little bit more confidence from the Liverpool youngsters, knowing that they kind of weathered that first half, but completely polar opposites in that second half, and give the Liverpool kids a ton of credit.
Yeah, they'll be loving that. A day to remember for them. A day to forget, though, for Carlo Ancelotti. What did he say at half-time, Gab?
Well, I think at halftime he would have gone to them and said, look, you know, you guys created the chances, keep up the intensity in the second half, and we'll be fine. But they didn't. And you know, when it's an old truism of football, if you don't take your chances, they come back to haunt you. And I think this is a big reminder. Remember, a lot of these kids for Liverpool, those were the guys who got housed by Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup quarterfinal, right? And they go out and they beat what is pretty close to a full-strength Everton. I think it underscores the gulf between these two teams right now, and it shows just how much work Everton and Ancelotti have to do.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.